Northern elders blow hot, see what they finally said about Buhari and the bandits. The Northern elders has always been on the side of President Buhari, but today they had they had to take the stand and criticize Buhari and his administration for their failure in handling the security problems in the country. The Northern Elders, through their spokesman, Akim Baba, released a statement today in which they said that Buhari lacks the capacity to protect Nigerians from bandits. The group in their statement said that it has become painfully obvious that Buhari and his administration lacks the capacity of limiting Nigerians from the exposure of insecurity. The statement is coming from the Northern Elders after bandits abducted 300 students of GSS Jangebe Secondary School in Zamfara State on Friday. The group further stated that the lives of the average Nigerian has now become increasingly endangered under the administration of President General Muhammadu Buhari, retired. They further advised Nigerians to increase their level of vigilance. And yeah, uh, so, like, okay, we should give this person a medal. Whoa, you've said there has to be an uprising because the country, they've proven not to be listening for so long. So no matter, I think, see, one thing I've noticed about the northern part of Nigeria, because to me it's a whole other planet. It's a whole other planet and system of living. I believe that there's this general thing where if something is going wrong, they always look to one person. They always look to one person in society. They look to a group. They look to someone who they see as influential to speak on their behalf. In which I feel sometimes, it's fine for that system of coordination and oneness. That's fine. But I believe that is a huge difference with the south of Nigeria. We're of course we're under the same government. That's fine, but we don't depend on one person. And of course, we know religion is a big thing on both sides, but still, like, there's a huge difference with the southern part of Nigeria. If something is going wrong, individuals, they don't need to go to somebody to go and tell them to speak on our behalf. If it's anything, they'll be vocal about it. And of course, we are very active on social media and technology, so they will make it known and they will make that subject matter trend worldwide. And for that to trend, it means that every individual with a social media account is active on that social media platform to make it trend. So it's not a one person doing it to make it trend. It's the whole community. It's the whole population. And I feel like in some ways with the northern, I'm not saying it is, but it's been consistent with criticisms only coming from reputable members of the society from their end. And I feel like, no, I think that for change to actually happen, a lot of them need to think for themselves and not depend on a certain power or a certain person to think for them. Because in as much, yes, one person speaking for the whole population is good, in some ways it's easier for you to sort of secretly, or secretly try to bring in some level of control and that kind of thing. And yeah, somebody can't speak for you as much as you can speak for yourself, and that's just what it is. But then again, I'm not really taking anybody's words for it, because people are talking. Nigerians are used to talking. When it comes to talking, we know how to talk best. When it comes to, let's say, blowing hot, as this article would describe the Northern Elders, in their address to Buhari, in blowing hot, the fact is, talking doesn't do anything. We need to see action. You need to go and protest, because again, it's our land, and a government is controlled by the people. Why? Because the people decide how they want to be governed, and they decide who will govern them. That's just that, point blank, period. Don't argue with me. That's it. So the fact is, I don't understand. Is this some sort of good cop, bad cop? So then there's some people. No, 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 no. Don't tell the president, because he's not listening. Tell your people to realize that they are endangered and that their security is not going to be accounted for. And so they need to understand that they can fight for themselves and they can't be depending on anybody to do it for them. It might be your culture to, but at this, you've got to realize that until you take that power for yourself, people will control you and will kick you like football. So you have to come in and basically demand for what you want, because it is what it is, because it's your country. If you claim it's one country, it's your country, you follow the constitution, it is your right to go and protest. And I believe that for us to be to if there's this agenda of one Nigeria, I believe that, and for something to actually happen that would actually make us be one Nigeria, I believe that the northern part of the country will need absolutely to go and protest. They need to be in agreement with the South, because the South can't just be out here planning protests, planning things, get them getting attacked, and then the northern part of the country, it's literally, it's crickets. You're not hearing anything. It's wind. Nothing's happening, and it makes the southern part look like, it makes them look crazy, as if they're fighting for a whole other thing that the northern part, which of course they're more populous than the southern part. It makes the south look crazy, as if, like, what are you fighting for? Like, these people are clearly not complaining, but the fact is, it's ironic how they're bearing the brunt of insecurity and all that, and yet they're not protesting as they should. Some of them might, but I think with them, it's a whole change of mentality that needs to happen. That change of mentality does not mean that they have to compromise their culture and their religion or whatever they hold dearly, but they need to understand that for one Nigeria to exist, it's not them only, it's them and the South. And that's it, point blank. So if anything has to happen, they need to understand that they have to be in accordance with the South, like togetherness. That's what we need. But if they're not gonna have a massive uprising, then we're wasting time, and the country should just divide. That's just it, because we can't be out here suffering, bearing the brunt, or like, it's like suffering by association. Like, not saying that the South is better off in any way, but in terms of statistics and all that, and the mentality and your freedom to do anything you want, like, we have societal, hindrances here and there. Of course, it's Nigeria, of course, but the fact is, we can't be associating with people who are not on our same page, and then if anything happens, they don't speak for themselves. Like, you have to talk. That's just it. Put what I think about this in the comment section below, because I feel like it's a very important matter. Whoever this man is, honestly, it's really irrelevant, because until the people themselves in one accord are angry and say this same thing, that's when it would only make sense, and it will prove that change is going to happen. Put what I think, and do not forget to like and subscribe.